What if the greatest secrets of Earth weren't buried in history books, but locked under miles of ice? Antarctica, the forbidden continent, may hold lost civilizations, hidden technology, and the true story of our planet. And in 2025, as the ice melts faster than ever, those secrets are closer to being revealed than at any time in human history. Imagine a place on Earth so mysterious, so untouched, that almost everything we know about it feels incomplete. A place larger than Europe, covered in ice over 2 miles thick, hiding secrets that could rewrite human history. That place is Antarctica. For most people, Antarctica is nothing more than a frozen desert at the bottom of the world. A land of endless white, fierce blizzards, penguins waddling on ice, and glaciers that stretch farther than the eye can see. But here's the truth, this so-called forbidden continent is not just about snow and penguins, it is one of the least explored regions on Earth, and perhaps the one that holds the greatest mysteries of all. Beneath its vast, frozen surface lies a hidden world. Scientists using radar imaging and satellites have revealed landscapes buried under ice, mountain ranges as tall as the Alps, valleys deeper than the Grand Canyon, and lakes that have been sealed off from the rest of the world for millions of years. Imagine entire ecosystems frozen in time, waiting to be uncovered. Take Lake Vostok, for example. It sits nearly 4 kilometers below the ice sheet and has been locked away for at least 15 million years. No sunlight, no fresh air, no human contact. When Russian scientists finally drilled down to take samples, they found hints of microbes, life forms that survived in total isolation. If life can exist in such extreme conditions here, it raises an even bigger question. Could similar life survive in the icy oceans of Jupiter's moon Europa, or Saturn's moon Enceladus? In other words, Antarctica doesn't just hide Earth's secrets, it could also help us understand the possibility of life beyond our planet. But that's only scratching the surface. Fossils of tropical plants and even dinosaurs have been discovered in Antarctica, proving it wasn't always the frozen desert we see today. Millions of years ago, this continent was warm, green, and full of life. Imagine palm trees, rivers, and forests covering what is now endless snow. Some researchers believe that early humans, or even entire civilizations, might have once known this land before it froze over. That brings us to one of the most controversial mysteries, ancient maps. The Piri Reis map, created in the early 1500s, shows the coastline of Antarctica, without ice. How could explorers from 500 years ago have drawn something that scientists only confirmed with modern technology? Did ancient civilizations know Antarctica before it froze? Or did someone, or something, give them this knowledge? These discoveries, combined with the continent's secrecy, fuel endless speculation. Under the Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, military activity and resource exploitation are strictly banned. Only scientists with permits can enter certain regions, and large parts remain completely off-limits. To many, this raises suspicion: if Antarctica is just ice, why protect it so fiercely? What is being hidden beneath those miles of frozen land? So here's the question that continues to grip explorers, researchers, and conspiracy theorists alike: what is Antarctica really hiding? Is it a frozen time capsule of Earth's lost past, or something far stranger than we could ever imagine? Most of Antarctica is locked away under ice so thick it could bury the world's tallest skyscrapers. Imagine New York's skyline, with buildings like the Empire State Building and One World Trade Center. Now picture them completely swallowed by ice. That's how deep Antarctica's frozen surface goes. It is like an entire hidden world trapped below, untouched for millions of years. Thanks to modern technology, satellite scans and radar imaging, scientists have started to peek beneath this icy shield. And what they've found is nothing short of breathtaking. Beneath the ice lie entire mountain ranges, valleys, rivers, and massive underground lakes. It's as if Antarctica is hiding a second continent beneath its frozen shell, a place completely cut off from the rest of the world. One of the most fascinating discoveries is Lake Vostok, buried under more than 2 miles of ice. For nearly 15 million years, this lake has been sealed in total darkness, isolated from the atmosphere above. When Russian scientists drilled down and took samples, they found liquid water and even signs of microbial life. Think about that, life forms that have survived in complete isolation for millions of years. If life can exist there, cut off from sunlight and oxygen, what else might be waiting under Antarctica's ice? Could there be unknown species, or even clues to how life began on Earth? Some scientists even suggest that studying Lake Vostok could give us insights into potential alien life on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. But the mysteries don't stop with hidden lakes. Fossils of tropical plants have been uncovered in Antarctica, proving beyond doubt that this frozen land was once warm, green, and full of life. Picture lush forests, rivers, and wildlife roaming a continent that today looks like a frozen desert. Millions of years ago, Antarctica sat closer to the equator, making it a thriving paradise. Some fossil evidence even points to dinosaurs once walking across its surface. This discovery has led to even bigger questions. Could early human civilizations have once known Antarctica before it froze over? Some researchers think so. The idea may sound far-fetched, but here's where things get even stranger: the Piri-Reis map. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral named Piri-Reis drew a world map that puzzled historians for centuries. On it, he outlined the coastline of South America, and, shockingly, the northern edge of Antarctica. But here's the catch: the coastline was shown without ice, just as modern scientists mapped it using radar in the 20th century. How could a map from the 1500s show Antarctica's ice-free shoreline, something no explorer of that era could possibly have known? Some believe this is proof that an ancient civilization once mapped the world long before recorded history. Others argue that the knowledge came from advanced seafarers whose records were lost to time. And, of course, conspiracy theorists claim it could point to something even more extraordinary: evidence of advanced technology or contact with beings not from this Earth. The truth remains hidden under Antarctica's ice. But one thing is clear: this forbidden continent isn't just an empty wasteland. It's a frozen vault, holding pieces of Earth's past that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about history. Antarctica isn't just a frozen wasteland, it's also one of the most restricted and protected places on Earth. Unlike any other continent, no single country owns it. Under the Antarctic Treaty of 1959, dozens of nations agreed to keep it free from war, nuclear testing, and resource exploitation. On paper, this sounds like a noble effort to preserve one of the last untouched regions of the world. Only scientists with special permits are allowed to conduct research there, and even then, they are limited to certain zones. But here's where the mystery deepens: why so many restrictions? If Antarctica is nothing more than ice, snow, and penguins, why would the world's most powerful nations, often rivals in every other arena, suddenly agree to share and protect it? Why the secrecy, and why the heavy control? This unusual cooperation has fueled endless speculation. Some believe that governments are hiding something extraordinary beneath the ice. Ancient ruins from a forgotten civilization. Advanced technology left behind by beings far more advanced than us. Or perhaps evidence that life on Earth didn't start the way we were taught. The possibilities are endless, and the restrictions only add fuel to the fire. Over the years, strange reports and satellite images have kept the mystery alive. Conspiracy theorists point to unusual geometric patterns spotted beneath the ice, shapes too precise, too perfect, to be natural. These formations look like massive structures, possibly pyramids or bases, hidden under miles of snow. While mainstream scientists insist these are simply mountains shaped by glaciers, many aren't convinced. After all, nature doesn't usually carve perfect angles and symmetrical designs. Then there are the stories of giant openings in the ice, seen in satellite photos. Some claim these could be entrances to underground facilities, whether natural caves, secret research stations, or something much more mysterious. The idea that entire bases or ancient cities could exist beneath Antarctica may sound like science fiction, but the lack of access makes it impossible to prove or disprove. Adding to the intrigue are accounts from military personnel, pilots, and even explorers who claim to have seen things they couldn't explain, strange lights, unusual aircraft, or vast landscapes that don't match the official maps. While most of these stories remain unverified, they contribute to Antarctica's reputation as the world's last great secret. What makes all of this even more suspicious is the timing of the treaty. It was signed in the middle of the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union were in fierce competition for global dominance. Yet when it came to Antarctica, these rivals suddenly found common ground. Why would they cooperate so easily, unless there was something there too important, or too dangerous, for either side to control alone? The mainstream explanation is simple: protecting the environment. But for many, that answer feels incomplete. If the frozen continent truly hides remnants of ancient civilizations, alien technology, or Earth's lost history, then it would make sense to keep the truth hidden from the public eye. The idea that Antarctica could hold Earth's true history may sound like pure science fiction, but pause for a moment and think about it. If Antarctica was once a warm, green continent, full of forests, rivers, and life, what else might it have sheltered before it froze over? Could civilizations, advanced or primitive, have thrived there long before modern humans walked the earth? And if so, what remains of them under the miles of ice that cover the land today? For centuries, legends of lost worlds have fascinated humanity. One of the most famous is Atlantis, the mythical advanced civilization said to have disappeared beneath the ocean. Some researchers have suggested that maybe Atlantis never sank into the sea at all, but instead, it was swallowed by ice. Could Antarctica be the final resting place of this legendary city? While mainstream historians dismiss this idea, it continues to spark curiosity. But let's think even more boldly. If fossils of tropical plants and animals have already been discovered in Antarctica, isn't it possible that human ancestors, or even other intelligent species, once lived there? Imagine discovering tools, structures, or carvings that predate the earliest known civilizations. It would completely rewrite the timeline of human history and force us to rethink everything we know about our origins. And then comes the most controversial theory, the idea that Antarctica hides technology not of this Earth. Some claim that extraterrestrials may have visited long ago, leaving behind structures or machines buried beneath the ice. While mainstream scientists laugh at these theories, the truth is simple: we don't actually know what's under Antarctica's ice. With less than 1% of the continent directly explored, much of it remains a blank space on the world's map. Consider this: when we find ancient ruins in Egypt or South America, they often challenge our understanding of how advanced ancient humans really were. Now imagine uncovering something similar in Antarctica, preserved perfectly under the ice for thousands, or even millions, of years. Could that be why world governments are so cautious about who goes there and what can be studied? The secrecy around Antarctica is, in itself, suspicious. No other place on Earth is so heavily restricted. Entire regions are off-limits, guarded by international treaties that almost no one dares to break. If it's just ice, why the extreme measures? Some believe the answer is obvious: there is something there that would change the story of humanity forever. As climate change continues to melt Antarctica's ice sheets, more land is slowly being exposed. Each year, new discoveries are made: ancient fossils, mysterious formations, and unexplained geological structures. The deeper we look, the more questions arise. So maybe the real question isn't whether Antarctica holds Earth's true history, it's whether we are ready to face what might be uncovered when the ice finally gives up its secrets. As of 2025, Antarctica stands at a crossroads between crisis and discovery. Rising global temperatures are melting its massive ice sheets at record speeds. On the one hand, this is a warning sign for our planet, a clear reminder of the dangers of climate change. But on the other hand, it is also a revelation. With every chunk of ice that breaks away, more of Antarctica's hidden world is revealed. Beneath the frozen surface, secrets buried for millions of years are slowly coming to light. Scientists across the globe are racing to study the continent before it changes forever. Advanced radar and satellite imaging are mapping the landscapes hidden under the ice, uncovering valleys, mountain ranges, and rivers that no human eyes have ever seen. Deep drilling projects are reaching into Antarctica's subglacial lakes, searching for microbial life that could hold the key to understanding survival in extreme environments, or even life beyond Earth. Yet, while scientists work with cautious optimism, conspiracy theorists tell a different story. They warn that what lies beneath could change not only science but the entire foundation of human history. For decades, whispers of hidden ruins, ancient civilizations, and alien technology have surrounded Antarctica. If the melting ice truly exposes such discoveries, the world may be forced to rethink everything it believes about the past. Imagine the possibilities. What if explorers uncovered the remains of a lost city, frozen in time beneath miles of ice? Stone structures, temples, or monuments that prove an advanced culture once thrived there, long before the rise of Egypt or Mesopotamia. What if fossils revealed evidence of intelligent beings, human or otherwise, that walked Antarctica millions of years ago? And perhaps the boldest idea of all, what if beneath the ice lay technology so advanced that it couldn't possibly be human in origin? For now, these remain questions without answers. But they are questions humanity cannot avoid. As the ice melts, Antarctica will no longer remain a blank page, it will begin to reveal its hidden chapters. And with each revelation, the pressure will grow. Will governments allow the world to see the truth? Or will the secrets of Antarctica be locked away, hidden from public view? One thing is certain, Antarctica may hold the keys to our greatest mysteries. It may explain where humanity came from, how civilizations rose and fell, and whether we are truly alone in the universe. It could reveal the history of Earth not as we've been taught, but as it really happened. But the biggest question isn't about Antarctica itself, it's about us. Will the world be ready for those answers? Are we prepared to accept a history that challenges everything we know, or even a discovery that proves we are not the only intelligent beings in existence? The future of Antarctica isn't just about melting ice. It's about the truths waiting to be uncovered, and whether humanity is brave enough to face them. Antarctica isn't just a frozen desert, it's the world's last great secret. A forbidden continent holding pieces of Earth's true history, locked away under miles of ice. And as the ice continues to melt, one thing is certain, the story of Antarctica is only just beginning.